Hey everybody, here we are doing our second week of online learning, digital learning, and I'm going to do the presentation for this week. It's only 4 days this week. We're off on Friday for Good Friday. So I'm going to share the screen. Hopefully I'll do a little better job than I did last time with going to the right things. So we are now doing week April 6 through 10. 10 is Friday. We're off that day. So if you need help, again, let your parents contact me through Remind or an email. I will call, answer in an email, or invite you to a Zoom meeting if you feel like you need to meet with me. All work is due to be completed and turned in by Thursday, April 9th by 3:30. Now, again, like we have every week, even if we were at school, you're going to do already reading and math. And during our digital learning, it's 20 minutes a day. Extra math, do one round and go all the way through it until they say that it's over with. You have also the part where you beat the teacher, so make sure you go through that round. You need to do reading 20 minutes or more a day. Now, with this reading, if you're doing an activity where you're reading the book that is your assigned reading for the reading lesson, you can count that as your 20 minutes. Or if you're having to do a work for another teacher and it includes reading, that could be included in your 20 minutes. Oops, I didn't want that to happen. Hold on one second. It went too far for me. Okay, now. We still have our journal activity where you do a journal entry every day. And if you want to go and do other things other than just tell what happened to you that day, your parents could go online and look up prompts for journal entries and do other things where you answer questions and write incomplete sentences. So if you get a little bit to where you feel like you're writing the same thing day after day, nothing majorly new has happened, you could go ahead and do things like that. Of course, the Encore Choice Board, one from each column, and submit the form for Encore teachers. All that can be found on the Symbaloo on our school website at the very first page. And get your 45 minutes of exercise. Now, this week's assignments, where they're different each week, is we have a My Math lesson. There's a video for that, and then you have some activities on Khan Academy. There's a reading lesson that you'll go to on Clever, and you do the assignment for the story, The Mysterious Tadpole, and then you need to go to some BookFlix books that go along with that. You will have an acrostic poem lesson, and you'll send a copy of your work through the email from the website. Once you've made the poem, there's a place where you can do save it or print it, or there should be one that says share, final, or email. And you would click the one that says share or email and put my email in, and it will send it directly to me. You can still copy it and save it if you want to, but that's how you can turn that into me, by just doing an email. Then you need to listen to the read aloud lesson and do an activity and just make a copy of that and send to me. You can do it either through email or a picture. There's this week, something that's new is we have a science lesson, and then you have activities that go along with that, and you need to send this to your teacher. Then Miss Church with the nutrition unit has a video called Too Much Sugar, and that one is on there. I'll show that to you as well. And then we have a video of the relatives came being read aloud to you. And all these are on the Teacher Clever page, and I'll go over that in just a few minutes. So you got your My Math lesson. Follow the teacher as she explains what you need to do for this lesson. Do the problems in your My Math workbook as the teacher does them on the presentation. So to help you out again, get Volume 1, My Math book, and a pencil. And before you click on Math lesson on the Teacher Clever page, you'll be ready for what she asks you to do. Here we go again. I've just barely moved my mouse and it makes it move, so bear with me. Then you have some homework pages that are your assignment, and then going along with this, like we had last week, go to Khan Academy and do the assignments. You have some new assignments. And then I'm not sure if there's a quiz on this one or not, but just do your assignments that go along with this, and they correlate or connect in some way to what you do in your My Math book. Now, some of you have already got it set up, but some haven't. So if you've not got it set up, you need to go to your email. And I sent a remind message to your parents about how to set up your email. If they have not gotten it, let me know and I can resend it. And then if you go on your email through the school email, you should have something from Khan Academy that tells you how to set up and connect to me on there. Now you have a reading assignment, and the icon on the Clever Teacher page looks like this, and you just follow along. Now, there's one thing about this. I'm the one that did it this time, so I'm learning. When it was the vocabulary part where we have the vocabulary words, and I clicked on the little speaker that has it read out loud to you, and I heard it perfectly fine when I was sitting here. So you're going to see me just looking and listening and clicking, and it didn't show up on your end. So when you click open the Journeys book and you go to that page, I will need for you to click on all the little icons of the above each of the cards of the vocabulary words and listen to it then. Sorry about that. I meant for you to listen to it while we were watching it, but it didn't do it. Now remember to go to Bookflix, because there's also this after you read it in the book, The Mysterious Tadpole, and you need to do assigned books there. Then on another day, reread The Mysterious Tadpole. That's the story we're reading in the Journeys book, and then take an AR test for that. And on my recorded lesson for the reading, I have given you what the test number is. So maybe you want to write that down, what the test number is for The Mysterious Tadpole. Now we have a new poetry lesson. It's an acrostic poem. There'll be a video for that, and there'll be an icon that looks just like this right here. And the teacher will explain to you what you need to do for that. It's very similar to how you did the haiku. You go to the same website, but this time you're going to do an acrostic poem. And again, with this one, you'll come to a place where you will email it to me or share the final. And the reason I'm having you do those and sending them to me, because this is what we're going to be sending to the ASH Services for Aging to help brighten up their day where they don't have visitors. And when I get your copy on an email, I can attach it to an email and send all of them at one time to them. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Now we have a science lesson this week. Your little picture up here kind of gives you a hint of what it's about. You're going to follow the teacher as she explains what you need to do for this lesson. Follow the directions on how to get to the Wix website. I just barely moved my mouse and it moves it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to move it to underline what I'm talking about. And let's see if I can get back there. All right. Now, on there, you're going to send the completed life cycle of a frog worksheet. So now you know what you're going to be looking at. You're going to do it through email or a picture on remind message. And I think I'm excited and I'm hoping it's going to work of a way to get worksheets where you can work on them and get them back to me. So let's see how that works. So here we're looking at how you can be a hero in your community. We're going to take your haiku poems. I didn't fix that, but we're going to take your acrostic poems and do the same thing as we did with the haiku. And if you want to do some of these other things and send them to me, I can forward those on to them as well. Now, all assignments are due by Thursday, April 9th. Again, Friday is Good Friday. We don't have class. Pace yourself, and remember you have 4 days to complete the work. You can have your parents send me a remind message if you need help each day during the hours of 9 to 11, 1 to 3. All the other times I'm working on other things that I need to do to prepare for lessons and help me get better on this digital learning. Now do your best and do as great as you did last week. We only have 4 days this week and then spring break week. And I still miss every single one of you and cannot wait to see you all again. Okay. I'm going to stop share. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to share another thing. I want you to look at our Clever page, hopefully. Here we go. Now, I have April 6th through 9th at the top. The first thing you do when you go on Monday is you watch this week 2 presentation. And if you're watching it now, you did what you were supposed to do. Here is your reading lesson where you'll click on it and there'll be a teacher recording and telling you what to do. Here's the Frogs nonfiction read aloud that you would need to watch and do the activity with. Here's your math lesson. And here's the science frog life cycle lesson. And then here is where you access the mysterious tadpole and you come up to your journeys. And in the reading lesson, your teacher will tell you what unit to go to or lesson to go to. Here is your read aloud, The Relatives Came. Here's Too Much Sugar by Miss Church with our nutrition unit. Here's a Wix website, has to do with the frogs, and we'll come back to that in a minute. That's something new I've created. Brain Pop Junior, you have a video and a quiz to do on that this week, and I think this one will be a better one. Last week was kind of iffy, but I'm hoping this one works better. Here's something called worksheets. This is where you go and get your worksheets you'll need for this week. Extra Math is here, Khan Academy, and here is your acrostic poem, Read, Write, Think. I will be putting on your poetry acrostic poem lesson video. I've just not got it yet. Again, like before, all teachers are taking turns and doing different lessons, and I just haven't got that in an email yet, but I'll get it on there. But I want to go back now to the Wix website. You click on that. And this is Fabulous Frog Fun. Now, when we do our science lesson, there's going to be a presentation that's a slideshow. And if you need to go back and see it again, you could just click on this picture right here of this frog hanging on for dear life, and it will show it to you. When you click on it, it doesn't just show it. Down here at the bottom, it downloads it. And then you come down here and click on it and we'll open it up. I'm not going to go through it right now because I want you to watch it in the lesson first. Right here, these are all places that are websites to do different activities with them. Now this one is a web quest. You would click here on this for the web quest to get a page of things that you have to do. A web quest is where you go and you're like a detective finding answers to things. So before you go here, you'll need to go to this page and it will go to this, and you need to click here and get this printed out. And this tells you how to go to the different things, okay? I'm going to close this down because we don't need this now. And then when you get here, you're going, oh, well, what do? You click on this photo right here to go back to the home page. And then you can go back to this and start looking for those answers. Now I'm working on something, and it's going to be down in this area down here of other fun activities that you can do with the frog life cycle. I just haven't got those on there yet. I'm working on them. This is a work in progress. This is all new. Now, let me go back to Clever. I have worksheets. If your teacher assigns you a worksheet, there's 2 ways to do it. One is an interactive worksheet where you go on and you type in your answers, save it, and attach it to an email and send it back to me. You could do it that way. Or you could come here and print out the worksheet, write on it yourself, and then have your parents just take a picture of it and send it to me. So you have those 2 choices. So I'm going to click on this one with interactive sheets. And I've only got one on it so far, and it's called Life Cycle of a Frog. This is part of your science lesson. You would click on that and type in your answers, save it, and email it to me. But if you choose to do the printable sheets, look what this one says, Life Cycle of a Frog. It's the very same sheet, but on this one, You don't get to type on it. You have to print it out and write it with a pencil and then take a picture. So I wanted to show you that. I think that's going to work with how we're going to can do worksheets, okay? Let me close this up and go back to there. So I think I've gone on over everything that's going to be on here. The only thing I've not got yet is the acrostic poem lesson. But when you need to go to that website, you'll click on this right here and it gets you directly to the website for when you're ready to do the work. But watch the lesson first. Always on any of these, watch the video of the reading lesson, this lesson, math lesson, the science lesson, and all these. They're in order pretty much how you need to go to them, okay? Now, on Wednesday of last week, I sent a required worksheet. It's almost like a Fun Friday ticket type of thing. It tells you all the things you need to do each day, and it tells you how we check things. So it lets you know if I can check it online, you don't need to send me anything. If you need to send a picture of it, it tells you a picture of what pages or whatever. And so, and the things in this column are the things that are required by Thursday. You don't have to do those every single day. And then all your optional things, things you can choose to do. But don't do these and then get in trouble by not getting these done, which is in the first two columns, okay? I'll be sending that to you either through, I'm trying to figure out if I can put this on that required of the worksheet Wix website. I'm not sure if I can get it on. I'm still working on learning that. But until I do, I'll try to send this to your parents' email on Remind and maybe even to your email addresses. So you'll have plenty of copies, hopefully. So I won't have that first thing on Monday. That's still a work in progress too. But as soon as I know it's final and I've got all the information from all the teachers, I'll send that to you. So I'm going to stop sharing. So that is what we need to do this first week. Now we're doing frog life cycles, and I want to let you know I've got tadpoles in a bowl, and I'm going to be sharing the little videos of them as they change and grow. I've got one I did already, and I've just got to get that posted, and then I'll add more later on. So we'll see how they're growing. We're going to do this. I'll keep looking, even though if we get done and start studying about something else, and they're still not grown all the way to adulthood, we'll keep doing little videos of them to see how much they grow. So you all have a good evening. I'm doing this on Sunday evening, so you'll probably see it on Monday morning. Y'all have a good week. And again, ask me questions galore. That's what I'm here for right now. If you just want to have a Zoom meeting with me to say hello and let me see your smiling face, just let your parents send me a message and let me know. We'll do that, okay? So see you later and have a great week. Bye.